Oh, hey, g'day, y'all. Welcome to Fishin Camp Life with me, lad from the woods. Yeah, I'm up. I'm having coffee. Well, I've been up for a while. It's been a day already. I called the internet company because I still have no internet, and that Storm Internet of Ottawa. I won't get into too much here because I made a separate video on it, which you'll see before this one. Anyways, I'm just moving shit around here because I'm having a coffee and I got stuff in front of me because they just delivered Amazon, well, Perlator just delivered my Amazon stuff, which was the video card, the connector for the sound system inside the truck, an SSD hard drive, and replacement battery pack and charger for this thing that I'm talking to you on. The video card wasn't supposed to show up till tomorrow, but I'm really happy. But I'm still fucked with the internet. Basically, I was told they won't be showing up till Monday now, so that's 7 days without internet. Now, I have limited internet coming through my phone, but I got to be careful because I have a limit of 30 gigs like everyone else on TELUS. And so I can watch, it's not the fastest because the connection here is shit for cell phones and the like. And I don't have a cell phone booster. I got one on my Amazon list that I'm probably going to buy. It's $200 and some, so I hope it works. But anyway, so yeah, I was saying about the cell phone. So I have limited internet, but it's hard to upload or do anything. So I managed to make the video that I did, the big rant about Storm. I got it down to 100 megabyte, so it was an easier upload. But obviously the quality is not as good as what I do with Fishin Camp or Wicked Tunes or whatever. So anyways, I reported them to the Better Business Bureau and to the CTRC of Canada and everything, because I've had quite enough. You spend all that money on the tower. I kept thinking it was $2,000, but I'm crazy. It wasn't $2,000. It was like $8,000 because there was all the labor I'd forgotten that I had to pay, and then the wiring, and then the trench for the wiring, and then bury the trench for the wiring. So, I mean, I had forgotten all that. Anyways, yeah, so I'm super pissed off because I'm getting, 5 megabit down, 1 megabit up. I'm paying $100 a month, and I had to spend all this money just to get a bare connection, and they haven't improved anything, barely anything in the last, I'm on my 6th year here or whatever. Anyway, without going into all that, happier things. Amazon has arrived. So I'm just having my second coffee of the day. And it's cooled off greatly. I mean, greatly. And it's going to be cooling off even greater. It's going down to, I think it said +2 tonight. For you Americans, 2 + 2 is 4 + 30, 34 degrees, about 35 degrees Fahrenheit. So just almost zero. And remembering where I live, I'm on the plateau, so when I look at this, I can't get the weather for the plateau, Lanark Highlands. I'm getting Lanark, which is always slightly warmer. I can almost guarantee you, yeah, it says tonight from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., 2 Celsius, cloudy with showers, ending in the evening, partly cloudy overnight, population, precipitation 40%, rain less than 1 millimeter. It says it's supposed to be mainly cloudy this afternoon, but it's actually sunny. And the current temperature outside is a whopping 13. Hello, fall, you're here. So anyway, I'm not going to worry about the plants if there's any frost because that actually does them some good. I might end up getting some purple looks out of it. So I haven't gone out to check today, and I'm probably not going to bother, but it's been raining, so there's not a lot. I can't put molasses on it or anything until they dry out so I don't start up a big mold trip. Yeah. So Stefan came by yesterday. He had intended to build the box around the hot water on demand, but something happened and he couldn't do it. So I don't know what the plan is. It might be on the weekend. He is moving his girlfriend, Bobby Lee. She may end up appearing here. I'll ask her if she ever wants to be on the channel because they come visit here. She's moving out of her place Friday, and so he's going down to pick up the U-Haul, which is full of her stuff. And they're coming back right away, so I mean, they'll basically be written off. I think he did take Friday off, but even so, you know, I don't think he'll get here Saturday to do any carpentry, so probably Sunday if he comes at all. Of course, by then now we're looking at rain because of the hurricane. So what we're looking at is, actually that's probably not even the hurricane rain. Sunday and Monday it's supposed to rain, high of 15 and 70% chance. So I mean, it's really hard to get, it's really hard to, you know, like this is the wettest fall I think we've had in quite some time. And so I haven't even, I mean, figures, hey, I get the well working, you know, and everything, we're all happy. I'm like, right on. You know, the plants will be happier. They'll have steady water because we had the dry spells. And I went to Sabo Beach last year, and during the Sabo Beach, they didn't get rain for like 10 days here. It's like, oh. Anyways, this year, got the well, got the sprinkling system. Everything's working great. Rain, rain, rain. Oh, yeah, figures. But the newts are in there. That's the one good thing in the earthworm casting. So, you know, that's at very worst, which is pretty good, I'd say. The molasses in water is just kind of like the icing on the cake. Not for the actual plant, because molasses doesn't change the taste of the plant or anything like that. That's all bullshit. What it does is it encourages the growth of certain bacterias and like animals, but like, you know, bacterias and the like in the soil, because they feed off the sugar, and then that helps the plant do what it does, because the plant doesn't absorb sugars like that. So you know, you've got this biological little thing going on, and they eat. They need to eat, but if they eat more, they do better. Plus with the molasses and water, once those bacteria start doing anything, they actually give off, they give off carbon dioxide or something, I read. Anyways, I don't know. I don't get too technical with it. I've been using molasses for years, and I always see the improvement. So the buds get bigger. That's a fact. But that's because the roots are getting something they need more of than they normally would without the molasses water. But anyway, back to what I was saying. It's too wet. I can't do it. I go out there now, those pots will be 800 pounds full of water. I mean, with all the rain as it is, I should be worried about mold, but so far, so good. So yeah, I got to drive down to Mom's, pick up my packages. I guess we'll do a video unboxing them. And then I got to disconnect the computer of all the stuff that's connected to it. And I'm going to put that up, I think. I might bring the tripod in. I'll put it up on the table here. And then if I put the tripod over there, you guys can watch while I do the work on it, because I'm going to swap out the card, right? And then the other old computer, I've got an extra card for USB 3.0, and this here machine has got like a couple of 3.0s, and I've got, you know, an extra, like a, you know, an extra one, so I can put 4 3.0s in one stick. But the ones on the top, there's only one 3.0. The rest are black, so that's like 2.0. And whites are like, oh no, this is, yeah, black is 1.0, blue is, no, black is 1.0, white is 2.0, and then blue is 3.0 and up. So anyway, the connection with the 3.0 obviously is a lot better. It's just I've run out of spots to put it on, but I've got this extra card and this actual card, not, you know, plugging into another USB. So it's just going to give me, I think that card has 4 on it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it has 4 3.0 ports on it. So that gives me, you know, a lot more stuff I can plug in. So I'm going to put that in there as well. And I wish I had bought some compressed air because wouldn't mind. This thing has got so much filter on it, there's no way there's dust inside there. So, and then we'll hook up the new external drive. And then I'll put that back to use. So that's what we're up to. Nothing to do outside today. Young Greg is still, obviously his ribs are not going to heal in one day. I just sent him a text checking in on him just to see how he was feeling. Haven't heard back. I hope he's not scamming me. The days grow short. And I gotta get shit done around here, so I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna ask him tomorrow, see how he feels there, but I'm not asking him to work. But what I was thinking was doing is that if it's easier for him to work inside and do, take his time and do the tear out of the cupboards here to get ready for the wood stove, that might be easier on him than shoveling with the ribs. But I just don't see him doing anything for 2 weeks. That's where I think he's at least 2 weeks. So, and I'm sure he's hopped up on T3s right now, and so he's probably not all that conscious. They hit me hard at 200 and. By the way, I'm down to 253 pounds. Still losing, and he's not a big lad. He's wiry. One of those guys, but I'll imagine a full T3 must slap him a lot harder than it slaps me. Plus, with all the weed I smoke, and then over the years, all the different pills and everything I took, believe me, I built up lots of resistance. The last time they gave me anything strong with synthetic, not heroin, synthetic morphine, and I'm allergic to it. So, and I told him, I said, well, I don't want regular morphine for this thing with my hand after I cut the hand with the chainsaw. And I said, no, I'm not going to do the morphine because it really, it fucked me up. And so they ended up, they said the T3s wouldn't work that well for my hand. And they were right, but it did reduce stuff. But T3s have got, other side effects. Like you got to drink 20 gallons of water or you'll be backed up for a month. But what I found is what I ended up doing was I ended up cooking brownies. And that helped. But I had to keep my hand. I was 6 weeks. I couldn't leave the couch. I could leave to go to the washroom and everything, but they didn't want me moving. I had to keep the hand up like this. And, oh, man, it was crazy. So I had friends coming over to help, shit like that. But yeah, the T3s, like I told them, I said they probably won't do all that much for me anyway. I haven't had them in quite some time, so any resistance I've built up to those is probably gone. But just as well too, because the codeine's not good for your liver, So don't want to get into all that shit. I don't even take Tylenol, regular Tylenols anymore, and I always used to keep a bottle here. But they've got me on these other meloxicam and some other thing for the, what the fuck is that called again now? Not fibromatosis. Oh fuck! It's a newer thing that they named, and it's real, and I have it. Fibromyalgia? No, that's my friend that had it. She died of that. Fibromyalgia? Is that what she died of, or is that what I have? I take a pill for something like that, anyways. But fibromyalgia. Oh man, I don't know if the internet is going to be fast enough for me to do a search with you guys on here. F-I-B fiber. God, this is not a word I don't even know how to. Malal. I'm just going to spell it bad and hope it turns up. Oh, Jesus, that worked. Okay, that's what I have. Fibromyalgia. fibromyalgia. Pain and stiffness all over the body, fatigue and tiredness, depression and anxiety, sleep problems, problems with thinking, memory, concentration. Oh God, I gotta call the CPAP people. Problems with thinking, memory, and concentration, headaches. I don't get headaches or migraines. I haven't had a headache in probably, 60? I'm gonna say I used to get them when I was in my 20s, so 30. I'm gonna say 30 years since I've last had a headache. And that includes hangovers in there. I never used to get hangovers. For me, I was just tired and wanted to sleep, and I was dehydrated, but I never got headaches. But I mean, all the other feelings, yeah. And then, of course, what I got smart towards the end of the heavy drinking era is I always made sure to drink a glass of water before I went to bed to pass out, and then I kept a glass of water sitting on the table next to the bed. And it literally kept the after effects for hangover like down to almost nothing. Because really that's all a hangover is. The alcohol is like a diuretic. You piss out all your water and then you get dehydrated. That's essentially what it is for me anyway. So, oh yeah. So that's what I have. And then that, she wasn't my girlfriend, but like a friend girl kind of thing. She had the other one that was in her lungs. And it kills them young, and she passed away like at 28. Such a nice girl. She didn't deserve that, boy. But anyway, she was a tough little lady, and I remember her saying, "You guys shouldn't feel sad for me when I go, because I know." And I'm like, whoa. Anyway, of course, everybody was sad when she passed. I mean, there's no way we couldn't be, you know. Anyway, I don't want to get too maudlin there. Especially since I at least have some packages coming, even though I have shit internet till Monday. And fucking Elon Musk, he get off his ass and get our stuff working in this area. We're supposed to be the next one. It says mid-2022. But then if I type my address in, it's saying early 2023. So they're covering themselves, eh? I hope their service isn't going to be like this. I understand, you know, the rockets are going up, but Jesus, there's been a lot of them lately. How long does it take to flip the switch by the time they get into line? And then he's going on about this laser thing that's going to help with, I guess we can get cell phone service too? Something about that? I don't know. I'll be getting that. Well, it depends. If it's cheaper for whatever he's offering for the cell phones, if I can connect, or if I can connect through my satellite anyway, or I'll still have to buy the thing to go up on the roof there. So, actually, you know what's funny with that satellite dish? It needs power, and it needs wire, which I have. You know, when I finally tell Storm to take a hike, I wonder if I could mount the dish right on the 80-foot antenna, on the 80-foot tower, and then what I get then is probably, and then, I mean, there's no, I mean, I got room to get unobstructed for the sky, but I mean, on the tower 80 feet up with that satellite, I think even better. So I'll have to, I mean, Storm won't put it on, obviously, but I'll find an installer around here somewhere and see if they can put the satellite dish up there. I mean, it's a pretty basic system. So, and I mean, the wiring is already from the top of the tower into the place. There's power going out to it. Now, I don't know if that's matching the power needs for that satellite dish. We'll have to see. But I mean, that's the installer might, you know, if it's something that needs to be done, well, you know, the installer hopefully will know what to do, eh? So, anyway. So that's an idea. You could almost do the same thing with the cell phone booster. Just put it up on the top of the tower too, and believe me, on top of that tower, I'll probably get the 5G from not too far from here. So, I wish I could get the same down for my mother, because, I mean, she runs her internet off her Bell stick thingamajig, but it's on the, LTE or whatever cell phone service to get her internet, and it's terrible. She get no reception there, so it's spotty. And the Eastern Ontario thing, Eastern Ontario R and then N Network, they're supposed to be looking after, and they're taking all kinds of government money and spreading it around, and they haven't done anything since 2015 in these parts, 7 years. And I mean, like, okay, we're all this money going out, and I'm still only getting 5 megabits down. Lots of people are getting less than me, like, and that's supposed to be for here. What's going on? You know, they had the money to ExploreNet, which is a satellite company, no wireless of any kind out here. I mean, what good is that? I mean, and everybody hates ExploreNet, and I mean, it doesn't take a genius to know. I mean, these people at EORN should have fucking known. I mean, but they don't even have a complaint thing on the EORN, which is amazing. And that's where our Canadian tax dollars are going, and then it's just being pissed out the window. And I'm sitting here with 5 megabit internet after spending $8,000 on a tower after 6 years of service from Storm. And then, you know, I was with them before when I lived on the lake, and it was good back then. But then we were only getting, well, at first we were getting 1 megabit, then 3. That was at the lake. Then I came out here and I was getting 1, then 3, and now it's 5. But it took 6 years to get from 3 to 5. So, and that's barely 5. Yeah, it's a sad situation in the 21st century. And I mean, I get it. I know where I live. But I mean, like, you know, people said, well, Paul, what happens when you go out far in the bush? I said, Starlink is going with me. And if I can get the RV one as well, once I start doing the motorhome thing, I'll have one with me. So, I mean, I'm a big believer in Tesla and SpaceX, and of course now Starlink. If Elon would just deliver the fucking thing. Come on, Elon, I need my Starlink! What's that song? MTV by Dire Straits. I need my MTV. Well, let's repeat this. I need my Starlink satellite. I need my Starlink satellite, Mr. Musk. Elon Musk. I need my Starlink. I need my Starlink that you promised me a year and a half ago. Elon, let's get at it. Lanark, Ontario, Canada. I'm going to throw this up as a joke on TikTok. Okay? I'll have to find it and then cut a piece out of it and then send it over to TikTok. Okay, Elon, so I want my Starlink satellite. I want my Starlink internet. Come on, Elon. Peace and live long and prosper, Elon. Okay, back to Fishin Camp life. I'm going to turn you guys off for a second because I'm going to go warm up my coffee, and I need to put on some pants to go outside, so because it's cool. I'm going to probably wear my shorts, so it's not that cool. Put on a fresh pair. Had a nice hot shower last night. A nice long hot shower too. Oh, it was good. But all I could think about sitting in or standing in the shower was, it's been so long since I sat in a tub. And with me being diabetic, it's good to sit in the tub at least once a week. And I used to do that, like on, well, Saturday nights, almost a tradition out here. But I haven't lived in a place since Mississippi Lake that I've had a tub. And so that's like a few years. Anyways, my friend Anna from Ottawa, Gatineau, she has like this really, really nice tub, and then she also has a hot water, or a salt water hot jacuzzi out in the back. And then if it's still there, I don't know, I haven't been there a long time, but she has a salt water heated pool as well. But her jacuzzi, even 20 minutes in it, you know, with the water up to your neck, it's like you get out and you're like, oh. You know, now there I don't go to sit and just soak and clean, obviously. I mean, I get cleaned up to go in that. But like in a regular bathtub, I mean, you know, on a Saturday night, just to sit in the thing. I mean, okay, you showered all week, but still, it's just to sit in there and let the water just seep into your skin and bones and muscle and everything. Now it's too cold. Once I get the awning and the new deck in, now that's going to be closed off in the winter because I'm going to have them have removable windows and then put screens in the summer and then back to the windows in the winter. But I'll likely put a wood stove out there as well. And if I do that, I mean, at some point I might put I don't think I'd put a jacuzzi in. I don't know. I might just put, like, you know, those the steel galvanized trough tubs. I might put it in there and then just run my own heating hot water system through it, because I have the hot water on demand. So there'd be my pen Pat the plumber would be able to wire that up real easy. So I don't know, we'll see. I mean, you see all kinds of good deals on used jacuzzis, and as long as it's clean and been looked after, I don't mind. I don't know, I'll clean the thing before I get in it, but you know, that's a bigger thing to think about. So I'm not worried about the well filling it. That wouldn't be an issue. So we'll prove that here. But we knew that. I mean, you know, after the well was dug, it was like, nah, don't worry about running out of water here. So I've said it before, I lucked out. But of course, Mark Hall, a family friend, well, his family is family friends, and was a friend of my brother. Well, they just haven't seen each other in 40 years. But anyway, he always asks about my brother. So, and you know, my mother, when she talks to my brother, she tells him whatever Mark has told me, you know, and I, you know, relay a message or whatever, like, hey, long time, you know, whatever. Anyway, he's a good guy, Mark Hall, and we smoked weed together, so even better. But you know, he told me, like, the well is like, you got a good well here. You know, talk about luck hitting that vein, eh? But the vein must be, well, his father explained to me, you can't think of it like a vein or just like a little hole. A lot of that is underground rivers that you're tapping into, you know. And then with it being a spring, it's part of a river, and then water gushing up from even deeper. So with the well being 140 feet and the water's coming up to 20 feet below the surface. So yeah, the water sits in the well thing, it sits 20 feet from the surface, but of course the pump is down at the 130, 140, whatever it's supposed to be. So, but he says you got lots of pressure and water. It's like you're you know, we hit it right. So, and I've said the story before. You know, and I mean, I swear on my mother's head, my dad's, you know, on my dad's gone, but, you know, on my dad's whatever. But Will Fall walked right in here beside me, and he pointed right there. And then when Mark came in, he says, where did Dad say that I should put the hole? And I said, right there. He says, right there in front of the hydro thing. I said, yeah, that's before the hydro thing was there. He said, that little area right in there. And he had said to me, he says, you should have put the trailer up on top instead of down here. Would have been easier to hook everything up. Anyway, it isn't a big deal. I mean, okay, it became a big deal here to hook it up with the trench and everything. But anyway, it wasn't done that way. And I mean, the shop and the studio will eventually go up there. Hopefully my mother lives long enough that I can do all that stuff. Because, I mean, when she goes, I won't be staying here. And I think, I'm not 100% sure I'm going to buy property. I may just do like what Dave RV Life's doing. I might just buy a Bounder. I know Bounder's too big, but something like his, or I don't know yet. I figured it out, but I'll go live full time. In the wintertime, I'll go out to BC and Vancouver Island and stay out there with my friends and my sister. Well, not my real sister, but who I call my sister, because I mean, you can live in a tent all year round there. And then in the summertime, I might just come back here to Northern Ontario, like Lake Superior and Lake Huron and all that, because I love that area. So I'd have no trouble staying, half the summer up in Sable Beach or Bruce Peninsula, or, head out to the East Coast, whatever, Nova Scotia. I have a friend, Chappie, that, and I fished with him, and he's an old friend. What's the name of that fucking place? He has a house again on the ocean. Cape Breton? Is that it? Oh, I always forget. Okay, it's not PEI, it's Nova Scotia. Yeah, and he's on the ocean. Maybe it's, no, Bathurst is, oh, fuck. I should know this because he goes every May till October. He comes back in time for hunt season here, and ice fishing, obviously, because he loves ice fishing. That's how we are friends. I rarely fish with him in the summer because he always goes away, and because he has a little, house cottage kind of thing on the ocean there, and he actually fishes and does lobster and all kinds of stuff when he's out there. He retired early, like at 45, so he invested his money well when he was young. So, I'm going to say Cape Breton, Nova Scotia. Yeah, I guess that's where he's at. Jesus, I just realized. He's going to be in that hurricane because he's there now unless he's come back. I mean, we are getting close to the end of the month, but I mean, I've never heard of him coming back this early, and before the end of September. Holy fuck. Yeah, I just thought of that. Poor Chappie. He must be there and that hurricane's whacking Nova Scotia. Maybe he'll skedaddle out of there. He drives there. So, oh boy. Things you think about, when you're talking.